Let us know. Next, we will invite passengers by the group number pending on boarding time. We are beyond the next to spread out and interview all other passengers. Please let us know if you want to. Please let us know if you want to. By request of the civil Japan Civil Aviation. Here, not to traffic signals on the air armless. Calculate having attention. Thank you.
Emergency exits are located on both sides of the aircraft.
ため、シートベルトをそのまま押していただきますようお願いいたします。万が一大きく揺れても行動運転には影響ございませんので、どうぞご安心ください。本日の飛行時間は13時間8分を予定しております。それでは到着までどうぞごゆっくりお過ごしください。本日はご搭乗誠にありがとうございます。同時責任失礼いたします。The passenger moment is in captain speaking. Welcome aboard. Thank you for choosing your United Flight 219 for Istanbul. We are now cruising 34,000 feet in about 10,400 meters for inside cruising altitude. According to the latest and forecast, we access some flight moderate turbulence to time it passes through the ADM turbulence, so I recommend you to pass and descend for your safety at any time. Today's flight time is 13 hours and 8 minutes. Please relax and enjoy flight with ANA. Thank you.
着用サインが消えるまでシートベルトを腰の低い位置で緩みのないようお締めください。And low until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Once again, thank you for flying with ANA and our alliance partner. We look forward to seeing you again. ベルト着用サインが消えた後、客室乗務員は安全業務を行います。恐れ入りますが、お手伝いが必要な方は後ほどお知らせください。
Op de overheid, niet altijd de zitplaats aan